Hello students, welcome again in the first chapter of chemistry class 9 CBSE and RBC matter in our surroundings. Students, in today's lecture we will try to understand what is the physical nature of matter. Students, the matter we see around us is look continuous, and this is known as continuous nature of matter. But actually, this matter is composed of tiny particles. The matter we see is actually aggregates of these tiny particles. These tiny particles are so small beyond our imagination. We cannot see these particles. So how we can check that the matter is composed of these tiny particles, and that is called particle nature of matter. To understand it, we have two evidences or two observations. Students, as we know that every matter can be broken down into smaller pieces, and these pieces again broken down into even smaller pieces. For example, when we take a glass sheet which looks continuous, and if we throw on a hard surface, then it broken down into smaller pieces. If we again throw it, then it will broken down into more smaller pieces, and finally again it will become smaller and smaller particles. It shows that the matter is actually not continuous, it is composed of tiny particles. The another evidence is intermixing of two different types of matter. For example, when we dissolve sugar in the water, then the whole sugar granules will uniformly mix in the water. Water is a different matter and sugar is different matter. So how it is possible if the sugar is continuous in nature and water is continuous in nature? It is not possible to intermix. It is only possible that when the sugar is composed of the tiny particles and the water also composed of these tiny particles. And if they have tiny particles, they have some space between them. And when we mix them, then these particles will enter in the space between them, and it is called intermixing. So it is possible only when the matter is composed of tiny particles. In the same way, when we take some colors, holy colors, we add some small amount of holy colors, watercolors, in a bucket full of water. Only small quantity of watercolor will color whole the water of the present in the bucket and dissolve in whole the water. So it is possible only when the crystal of that watercolor contains millions of tiny particles which get separated when we dissolve it in water. Like in the same way, the sugar granules is composed of tiny particles, they get separated in the water. In the same way that the watercolor also. One more example is given in your textbook, that is the potassium permanganate crystal. It is in purple in color. When we add some crystals of potassium permanganate in the water, it will color whole the water. So these all examples are proving that the matter is actually, which is looking continuous, is actually composed of tiny particles, and these particles are called as constituent particles, and this nature of matter is called particulate nature of matter. We are unable to see these particles, these individual particles, but we can see this matter because this contains infinite number of particles are there in it. For example, a 1 drop of water contains 10 raised to the power 21 particles of water. So student, we can conclude that every matter is composed of tiny particles, and this is known as particulate nature of matter. And these particles are so small beyond our imagination. The matter we see are actually aggregates of these tiny particles. Since the matter is composed of tiny particles, so that these particles have some characteristic properties, and these characteristic property will determine the physical state of the matter, means the matter will be a solid, liquid or gas. In the next lecture we will discuss these characteristics like interparticle space, particle motion and interparticle force of attraction, which vary matter to matter. So I hope that you have understood what is the physical nature of matter. Thank you very much.